主席，
President, I thank ASG Yancha for his briefing. I welcome the participation of Foreign Minister Saad of Israel and delegates from Palestine and Argentina in this meeting. I also thank Mr. David for his statement and express my deep sympathy for the suffering your loved ones have endured. We sincerely hope that all surviving hostages will be treated humanely, released at an early date, and reunited with their families without delay. We hope that the trauma caused by this tragedy will be alleviated and healed at an early date. President, the conflict in Gaza has dragged on for almost 2 years, causing unprecedented death and destruction, and bringing unimaginable suffering to civilians in both Palestine and Israel. The ceasefire agreement reached in January this year, if fully implemented, could have paved the way for a lasting ceasefire in Gaza and the return of all hostages to their families. Regrettably, however, the ceasefire has been broken. Hostages remain in captivity, and the suffering continues. We call for an immediate and lasting ceasefire. Israel's military operations have resulted in the deaths of over 60,000 civilians in Gaza, with innocent lives still being lost every day. The harsh reality has shown that military means are not the solution. An immediate ceasefire is the right path to saving lives and bringing hostages home. Recent media reports indicate that Israel has decided to escalate its military offensive and fully occupy Gaza. We express our grave concern of this development. We urge Israel to immediately halt such dangerous actions. We also urge all parties to promptly reach a binding and sustainable ceasefire agreement, and urge countries with significant influence over the parties concerned to act in a just and responsible manner and take concrete steps to help bring about a ceasefire. We call for alleviating the humanitarian catastrophe. The 2 million innocent civilians in Gaza should not be victims of war, nor should they endure further suffering from man-made disasters. Under the current extreme blockade and siege, the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza continues to worsen, with severe famine looming large. Restricting humanitarian access will only further exacerbate the collective punishment of people in Gaza and make it harder for surviving hostages to access life-saving supplies. Israel must comply with international law, especially the IHL, fully restore humanitarian access, and support humanitarian agencies such as the United Nations in delivering aid. We call for revitalizing the two-state solution. The decades-long cycle of conflict between Palestine and Israel has cast a shadow of generations on both sides. Fully implementing the two-state solution and achieving an independent Palestinian state is the only viable path to resolving the Palestinian question and preventing recurrence of similar hostage crises. Last week's high-level international conference sent a strong signal in support of implementing the two-state solution. The international community should jointly oppose unilateral actions that undermine the foundation of the two-state solution and intensify efforts to advance the political process towards its realization. President, China will continue to work with the international community to end the fighting in Gaza, alleviate humanitarian suffering, implement the two-state solution, and ultimately achieve a comprehensive, just, and lasting solution to the Palestinian question so that people on both sides can enjoy peace and happiness. Thank you, President.